My name's Ari Reeves. I'm manager of the VeraSol program. I'm joined today by three of my teammates, Elisa Lai, Riley McDonald, and Lauren Boucher. I'll start off with a brief overview of the VeraSol program, and then I'll give the floor to Elisa to introduce the VeraSol product database. Riley will then give you all a guided tour of the database. Then we'll pause to take your questions on the database before hearing from Lauren, who will introduce you to other resources available at verasol.org. And then we'll have another opportunity for Q&A. Next slide, please. So as I just mentioned, we'll have two question and answer periods, one at the end of Riley's presentation and another at the end of Lauren's presentation. During these, or really throughout the session, you can use the Q&A feature on your control panel to pose a question in writing. During the Q&A breaks, you can use the raise hand feature in your Zoom application to notify us that you'd like to ask a question. When you're called upon, one of our team will enable you to talk, and then you'll receive a prompt to unmute your microphone. You must confirm in order to speak. And then after your question is answered, a member of our team will lower your hand and mute your microphone again. All right, next slide, please. All right, what is VeraSol? VeraSol is the global quality assurance program for off-grid solar products. Our goal is to make safe, affordable, and durable products the default option in the market. The VeraSol program evolved out of Lighting Global Quality Assurance and began operating independently of the World Bank Group a little earlier this year. Through our services, we help a wide variety of market actors make smarter product decisions, reduce risk, and increase the impact and efficiency of their market development programs. Next slide, please. We develop and maintain the technical foundations for product evaluation, the test methods, the quality standards, and lab capacity that make it possible to evaluate and compare products one to another, and that provide a common language for making performance claims about products. We oversee the testing and certification of off-grid solar products and maintain public listings of these products, as you'll see in just a few minutes. We also provide technical assistance to governments and other institutions that want to provide quality off-grid solar products through their programs, whether those be mandatory programs like national standards or voluntary market development programs. Next slide. VeraSol is managed by CLASP in close collaboration with the Schatz Energy Research Center. The VeraSol team is spread across 3 locations primarily: California, Washington, DC, and Nairobi, Kenya. Foundational support is provided by the World Bank Group's Lighting Global program, the United Kingdom's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, the IKEA Foundation, Good Energies Foundation, and others. And now I'd like to pass the mic to Elisa Lai, who will introduce the VeraSol product database. Elisa?
Perfect. Thanks so much, Ari. Good morning and good afternoon to everyone on the call today. Before we start the tour on the VeraSol product database, I want to provide a bit of a context and history to remind everyone where we came from and show the evolution of the product database. For the last decade, the product page on the Lighting Global website has been the go-to resources to find quality verified Pico Solar and solar home system kits. The product page has been a great resource for many buyers, investor, development partner that use QA framework to verify product quality. On the other hand, there are increasingly more types and models of solar compatible appliances and productive use equipment that emerge in the off-grid solar energy market. To really help market actors identify off-grid appliances, we created Equip Data, to share product performance data for standalone appliances. So here you can see the TV, fans, refrigerators, and solar water pumps. Over the years, we're also hearing feedback on how we can improve both of the database. For example, we heard from procurement agencies that they have to go through product specification sheets on the Lighting Global product page every single time to manually pull data from PDFs and analyze like what type of product are eligible for their program. With the new VeraSol program, we're able to take in these feedback and implement them into the design of the database and integrate both solar energy kits and appliances data together on one single platform, making it easier for user to browse and search all type of data on the same interface. So the VeraSol product database, this is what the landing page looks like. And there are multiple ways that you can access this page from the VeraSol website, and Riley is going to walk everyone through in a little bit. But on this page, you will see there are VeraSol certified solar energy kits, as well as the solar VeraSol tested appliances. I want to very quickly explain the difference between the solar VeraSol certified and VeraSol tested. One similarity between these two groups product is that all of the product tested and listed in the database has gone through a very rigorous sampling process and independent testing conducted by the ISO accredited test labs. So you can trust all the test data generated through a consistent method, and these data are comparable. Now we'll dive into the differences. For VeraSol certified, it's really only applicable to solar energy kits. And to be very specific, these are the Pico PV and solar home system kits that are under 350 watt peak. These product has been tested based on the IEC 62257-9-5 and certified based on either the Lighting Global quality standards or the IEC 62257-9-8 going forward. And it's also very important to know here that every single solar energy kit that you can find in the database has already met the certification requirement, and that's how they get listed there. For VeraSol tested products, these are the appliances and productive use equipment, meaning that these product has been tested based on the global leap test method for off-grid appliances, but they are not actually certified. And it's important to know that for appliances, we're simply testing product and sharing the results here. These products do not have to meet any quality standards or performance threshold to be listed here. And the idea is really to just show all the product that has been tested and the results of the testing. I'll give a very brief overview of the 4 main features in the VeraSol product database, and Riley will show you how to use these different features in combination for specific usage scenario. First, here is the view function, and there are 2 ways you can choose what you prefer. The database is currently default to a grid view, which allows you to see the snapshot of each product model and the highest level information. But you can also easily switch to a list view, which will enable you to see multiple products in the tabular form. And the second feature here, it's sort and filter. And these are probably the most frequently used features. You can filter data by size, by power consumption, location, and price to quickly narrow down your product selection that meet your criteria. But you can also sort product based on the model name, brand name, size, and power, and other performance parameter to really arrange and organize the data the way you want. You can also use the compare feature that will allow you to select up to 4 products and compare them side by side to easily differentiate the technical and performance details. Lastly, we have the download feature. And not to be biased, but this is actually my personal favorite. If you're someone like me who likes to really dive into the detail of product performance data and do data analysis in the Excel file, you will also like this too. The download feature enables you to download a spreadsheet for one single product that you're currently looking at, or a short list of products that you just filtered or compared, or basically the entire data set can be downloaded to your desktop. And so the database is really designed to serve different needs of market actor. Here are 4 primarily user types, and the database and their usage scenario. And so, like, for example, if you're a product designer, manufacturer, like, you can use the database to benchmark product performance against the others in the market. If you're a distributor, like, we'll show you how to use the database to target your procurement decisions. If you're a development partner, you can use the database to find or validate if the product is eligible to receive program support. And if you're government custom officials, you can use the database to verify whether a product meets quality standards. And Riley will demonstrate all of these different scenarios in the walkthrough. And with this, I'll hand it over to Riley to take you to the product database.
Hello, good morning, afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Elisa. As Elisa mentioned, I'm going to give everyone a quick walkthrough of the VeraSol product database. It'll be pretty brief, but hopefully comprehensive enough for you all to start using the database and understand the main tools to effectively use it for your work. So I'm going to just give you a quick walkthrough of the database, show you how to use the main features, which Elisa already touched on. Then I'm going to show you how to use the database from 4 different use cases. So how 4 different users might use the database to inform their work. And then finally, we're going to open up the floor for questions and answers before moving on to the next part of the presentation. So before I walk into the actual database, I'm here on the main VeraSol website just to show you that you can access the database through multiple entry points. So on most pages, you'll see a button that says View Products, and always up here at the top, you'll see a black banner. So anywhere you see View Products, you can just go ahead and click on that, and that will take you to the database. So I'm going to click on View Products. And this is the main database homepage. So if you ever want to navigate back to the VeraSol website, you'll see this black box up here at the top with VeraSol and a drop-down arrow. So you can just click on that, and it'll take you back to any of the pages you'd like to go to on the VeraSol website. So Elisa already touched on this. She shared a screenshot of this page, but right away you'll see that there are 2 main categories for the database. They are VeraSol certified products. So these are solar energy kits, Pico solar products, and SHS kits that have been certified to meet the standards. These are all the products that were on the Lighting Global Products page have been moved to the VeraSol database, and you can find them here by clicking on this icon. And then the next category is VeraSol tested products. So these are off-grid appropriate appliances and productive uses. None of these products have met any quality standards or are certified to any standards. But like Elisa mentioned, these products have been rigorously tested, and we share data about them to help users make more informed decisions and identify quality products. So first, I'm going to click into solar energy kits just to give you a brief overview of the database and then walk through the 4 features that Elisa already shared briefly. So the first feature I want to touch on is View. So this automatically, the database is shown in card view. So that's with product images and then some of the main specifications in a snapshot right here. So if you want just like a more simplified view, you're quickly looking for a product, you just want to see the data and the product, you'd click on Table View, this button right here, and it'll take you to this page. So as I mentioned, it's just a more simplified overview of all of the products. And then if you want to get back to the other view, you can just click Card View right here, and it'll take you here. The next feature that Elisa already touched on was filtering and sorting. This is definitely a feature that a lot of users find very helpful to sort for the products that they're looking for and easily identify products that meet their needs. Elisa already mentioned also that our main filters across all product types, so solar energy kits and off-grid appliances, are based on size, power, brand, and product type. So within the filters, you can actually click on multiple filters within a category and also between categories. So for instance, you could select solar home systems and Pico solar products, and you could also select 1 to 10 watts or 11 to 20 watts, and you could apply those filters to find all of those products that meet those criteria. And I'll walk through this a little bit more when I talk about one of the specific use cases. The next feature is sort by. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but you can sort by some of the main metrics over here on the right. For instance, if you wanted to see the biggest PV module size, products with the biggest PV module size first, you could just sort by PV module maximum power ascending. The next feature is compare. So this allows you to compare up to 4 products side by side to compare the different metrics and see which product best meets your needs. So to do that, you just click on this compare button on the bottom. I won't do it just to save us all time, but I'll show you what it looks like. Once you've selected all of the products that you want to compare, it'll look like this. So you'll see the compared products are showing up highlighted yellow. And then scrolling up, you can see all of your selections are here in green. If you want to get rid of one of the products that you selected, you can just hit X, and then you can hit the compare button, and it'll take you to this page. And you can easily see all 3 products side by side and compare the different metrics to inform your decisions. And next, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the download CSV feature, which Elisa mentioned is her favorite feature. It's also mine. I actually use it all the time. So you can do it for a single product, compared products, or for the complete database. So wherever you are on the database, whether it's in a product page, looking at all the data, or looking at compared products, the download CSV file is right here. So you can just click download CSV, it'll prompt you to fill in some contact information, and then the data sheet will start downloading. So that was the 4 features, the 4 main features of the database and how you can use it. Now that we're on the main Solar Energy Kits page, I'm gonna narrow in a bit more to talk about what's unique on Solar Energy Kits. And the first thing I want to talk about is how products are automatically sorted in the database. So when you come to the database, we sort by most recent update date. So anytime there's a change to the data, the specification sheet or book, or if a product was just uploaded, we'll upload that date. So those products will show at the top of the list. The other thing you'll notice, which is different from appliances, is that all of the certified products have this quality verified tag at the top, just so users know when they're on this database that they're looking at certified quality verified products, and all products listed on here are currently meeting the relevant standards. And I'm going to click into a product now, just to show you what it looks like. So these are all the field groups. So the data is organized based on different fields. So you can find relevant information all within these groups, and then you're just able to click on this arrow and it'll give you all the details you want on the product. Something unique about Solar Energy Kits that appliances don't have is they have the specification sheet or book and certificate or verification letter for download here. So you can easily access those files just by clicking on the product. And I'm going to go back to Solar Energy Kits so you can actually navigate right here back to the main page. And now I'm going to walk you through 2 different use cases for how a user might use the Solar Energy Kit database for their work and to inform their work. So the first is a development program, and they want to determine products that would meet their eligibility requirements. So they have certain metrics that they're looking for, and they want to find what products on our database meet these requirements. And then they're interested in contacting those companies to learn more. So this is all of the use cases I'm using are purely illustrative, but definitely something we see. So we definitely have a lot of development programs using the VeraSol certification and other VeraSol tested data for their work. So this specific program is looking for products that are greater than 50 watts, and they also want products that have either lithium ion or lithium iron phosphate batteries. So how they could use the database is first filtering. So they would start by looking at PV module size and filtering products that are greater than 50 watts. They could also do just a download CSV file of the complete data set, which is actually how we'd recommend they use it. And from there, they can, so this, by clicking on this, you'll get the complete data set. And I've already gone ahead and filtered the data for them. So once they get the full CSV file, they can use the filters on Excel to get what they're looking for. So the two things they're looking for is PV module size greater than 50 watts, and the battery chemistry is lithium iron and lithium iron phosphate. So they can easily identify the products that meet these criteria, and then they can just scroll over and find the contact information for the manufacturers that are producing those products. And then I'm going to go back to the Solar Energy Kit homepage to talk about one more use case, and that would be government checking compliance to make sure that a product is currently meeting the quality standards. This one is very straightforward. So specifically, they're looking for the Lumos solar power station family. Again, this is just an example. It's a product I picked randomly. So we'd recommend that they first filter by brand. So go to Lumos and hit apply filter. And then after applying the filter, they can easily find the product. So then just click into the product. And what they're looking for is the certificate or verification letter to confirm that the product meets the quality standards. And so they just click here. And they can use this verification letter to verify conformance with the quality standards. So now that I've walked you through two use cases for how a user might use the database for solar energy kits, I'm going to go back to the VeraSol database homepage. So you can just click home here and walk you through how two other users might use the database specifically for off-grid appropriate appliances, so for VeraSol tested products. So the first is from the perspective of a distributor. They are a distributor of a solar home system kit, and they're looking for a highly efficient DC TV that is 24 inches, so just something that's low power consuming. This is actually a real use case that we had, a distributor coming to us with this. So how we'd recommend they use the database is first click into TVs. And then we'd recommend using the filters to filter by the metrics that they're looking for. So we know that they're looking for something that is 24 inches. They're looking for something that is DC to be compatible with their SHS kit. And then finally, they're looking for something that is very energy efficient. So we'd recommend selecting somewhere between 1 to 20 watts. So you can select all these filters, scroll down and hit apply filter. And here there are 21 results for TVs that meet those criteria. And then from there, they can also sort by the most efficient products. So they can sort by efficiency. And then at this point, they're able to see the most efficient TVs at the top. They can download a CSV file of these 21 TVs that they've selected. They can compare products and find the TV that best meets their needs for their solar home system kit. And then the last use case I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to go back to the VeraSol database homepage. The last use case I'm going to walk you through quickly is a refrigerator manufacturer who already got their product tested with us, and potentially they're interested in benchmarking their product against others in the database. And so this is also just an illustrative example So first they'd click into refrigerators. And this is the company that wants to compare the refrigerator is called iFreeze. And so they are producing a 50-liter a 50-liter refrigerator. And so they're looking for other refrigerators of similar size to see how they're performing and benchmark product performance. So we'd first recommend to start by filtering between 1 to 50 liters and apply filter. And they could use the database to compare their product. So I've already gone ahead and shown 2 other refrigerators that they want to compare their product with. Like I said, they're both 50 liters, so they want to see what type of metrics are matching up. And then once you've selected the ones you want to compare, you can just hit compare. And it'll bring you here. So they're able to see their refrigerator and easily see what type of metrics are comparing to other refrigerators in our database of similar size. So those are all of the use cases and a quick walkthrough of the product database. I hope it was helpful for you all to help you identify the products that you're looking for or help better improve your product design or business. I also want to note that we're continuing to improve the database and product listings. So we're always open to feedback. You can feel free to reach out to any one of us on the VeraSol team to provide feedback on the database. We'd love to hear from you. And a few other things that are coming up in the future on improvements to the database is on appliances. We'll be adding shop information. So for the products that we sample from retail shops, we'll be adding information on where we sampled those products so that people can more easily buy those products. We are also working on an email distribution list where users can sign up and get information on changes to the solar energy kit product listings. So if products have been removed or added, you can sign up to that list to get monthly updates on product listing changes. And now we'd like to open up the floor for questions and answers. I'll leave my screen sharing in case I need to walk through any of the database. If you have a question, you can just raise your hand and then Lauren will unmute you so you can speak and we can answer your questions.
Riley, this is Ari. It occurred to me that for product families, some of the fields say NA or varies or various, such as the maximum power of the PV module, which might vary within a family. Do users run the risk of missing product families if they search just for, say, PV modules up to 50 watts? Because the product family, even though it might have PV module up to 50 watts in it, doesn't appear as 40 watts or 30 watts, but as multiple or various or something other than a number.
Yes, so we recommend actually for users to include the NA when they're filtering by products. And when we work with, for example, procurement agencies, we work with them to make sure that product families aren't excluded from their list.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a great question. Do we have any questions? You can put them through the Q&A and we can unmute you or just indicate that you have a question.
And another thing I wanted to clarify, Riley, you indicated that when you download the CSV file, the spreadsheet, it'll contain whatever is like in your current context. Is that right? So like if you've applied some filters and you've filtered out most of the products and narrowed in on 15, say, then the spreadsheet will only contain those 15.
That's correct. Yeah. can either pre-filter already on the product database, and then when you hit download CSV, you'll just get those products that you filtered by, or you can just download the complete data set and filter from there.
Okay, thanks.
I think we might have gotten one question.
Yeah, do you want me
Looks
to read
like,
it out?
oh, yeah, go ahead, Ari.
All right. So we got a question about recyclable or repairable products. So do the VeraSol test methods already assess how recyclable or repairable a product is? Could this be added in the future to ensure that quality products are optimized from an environmental perspective?
Yeah, and this is really a great question. I can speak to this a little bit from the appliances side. And obviously, like we understand, like durability, repairability are all like a really important feature of the product quality. We haven't really find very effective way to kind of evaluate these features in the laboratory testing process. But we're starting to look at these feature kind of like additional research, right? And so like we start with the solar water pump and trying to like look at what are some of the early failure points that we can see from the laboratory testing process. And also like based on a couple different interviews that we conducted with solar water pump manufacturers, trying to understand what are some of the pinpoint and their design, and using these type of research to kind of inform the next phase of the test method revision and trying to really address this side of the issues that we're seeing. But those currently are not reflected in the database or the data that we can present in the database currently. But definitely it's a direction that we're hoping to head into. And our partner Gogola has been like making some leeway, like also kind of looking into the repairability issues of the solar products overall. And I know Drew, it's on the line. I don't know if you want to share something on that front as well.
Hey, thanks, Lisa. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, hey, cool. Yeah, thanks for the presentation and sharing the website and the product database. It looks fantastic and great to see all this new functionality for starters. Yeah, interested to see this question. I wonder if the person who asked it was on the circularity working group webinar earlier today, where we talked about what can be done to enhance repairability and refurbishment in the sector. And there was we had Jeremy Tate from the Efficiency for Access Coalition and some University of Edinburgh guys were talking about the EU standards and directive around a standard to assess repairability of electronic products, and we discussed whether adapting that for the off-grid solar products would be valuable to the sector, as a guide for product designs and manufacturers, and also for companies to demonstrate their credentials and help distributors compare products. Yeah, it's something we're exploring. I think it can add value. It would be an interesting direction as the industry looks more at circularity and delivering more value for consumers and companies. Still early days, but yeah, we're keen to take the discussion forward with our members and partners.
Thanks, Drew. Should we move to the next section?
Sure.
Yes, happy to do that.
Lauren.
Great. I will just share my screen. Give me just one moment. Great. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lauren Boucher. I am a communications associate at CLAS, and I will be walking you through our new website. The new VeraSol site is an exciting new development. We, over the past couple of months, have been rethinking how we present all of the information about our quality assurance program to our various audiences. So today I'm going to walk you through some resources that you can use to learn more about our certification program, our work on appliance testing, and the overall value of quality assurance. So I will begin with our publication archive. You'll find this under the resources tab on verasol.org. So I will select publication library. And this publication library contains 138 resources for manufacturers of off-grid solar solutions and energy access practitioners, including all of our program policies, information on the quality standards, as well as 35 technical notes that provide guidance and insights on off-grid solar energy kits and more. So the first thing you'll do when you click on the publication library, you'll be directed to our landing page. The landing page features our latest publications as well as some collections that we thought would be particularly useful for energy access professionals. So we have resources for manufacturers that link to policies and specific guidance for related to our certification program. We have our technical notes library that includes a collection of resources on how to develop, distribute, and promote high-performing products. And then we also have a practitioner's corner. If you want to browse the full archive, you would just select this Browse Full Archive button on the landing page. And then you'll be able to see all 138 resources. So we have designed several filters that make identifying resources easy. So for example, if you were a manufacturer looking for guidance on product design for solar energy kits, I would go down to the topic section and select product design. And then you would be able to see a number of resources related to the performance and quality of off-grid solar energy kits and more. I will clear that result by selecting X. Give you another example. If I were a policymaker looking for information on standards, compliance, and enforcement, I would again go to the topic section, select standards, compliance, and enforcement. And then again, the search will return all relevant results for that specific topic. It's easy to download the document just by selecting the link. And then you're taken to the landing page for that publication, and you can just select download there. I'll go back to our search results. And then one more specific use case for this webinar, say you wanted to go back and find webinar materials from past presentations. Again, you can search by publication type this time, select presentation and webinars, and then you will get a list of all of our previous webinars. And you can again sort newest to oldest, A to Z and Z to A. So the next resource I want to draw your attention to is our frequently asked questions. We get many questions about the certification program, our appliance testing services, and just general questions about our program in general. So by clicking on the FAQ section under resources, you can see different categories about our program. So if you have questions about how to use the product database, you can click on these arrows here, and we've designed really short, clear answers, concise answers to each question. So again, you'll be able to find information about our program, understanding data on appliances, understanding data on solar energy kits, the appliance testing process, and certification. And I would recommend this as a nice complement to those of you who are using the product database for the first time. The next tool I want to draw your attention to is our update section. And you can think of this section as like a news archive. In our update section, we post several updates related to changes to the quality, to the certification program, to policies for appliance testing, et cetera. So here you'll find a lot of information right now pertaining to the program's transition to the quality standards in IEC Technical Specification 62257-9-8. So you'll find those latest updates here. But again, the best way to stay up to date on the quality assurance program is to subscribe to our newsletter, which you can do at the footer of each page. There is a button to subscribe. When you click that, you'll be taken to a short form where you can easily be added to our distribution list. The next set of resources I want to draw your attention to is our solutions and services section. So one of the key changes we made to this new site is we wanted to really highlight our core services and really break down the different components of our quality assurance program beyond just the quality standards. So here you'll find detailed information on our test methods for solar energy kits and off-grid appliances, our quality standards for solar energy kits. You'll find information on appliance testing, that process, the certification process, as well as our other supports such as lab capacity building, technical assistance, and stakeholder engagement. These pages are designed to be really simple and offer really streamlined answers to complicated questions. For example, when I click our certification page, this page provides a high-level snapshot of the quality verification process. For example, if you are a manufacturer interested in certifying a product with VeraSol, I would recommend going to this graphic. You can learn more about all of the various steps in the certification process just by clicking through this graphic here. The page also contains relevant policies and other information related to appliance certification. Lastly, I would like to draw your attention to the other drop-down menus. I'll just briefly touch on this. The Why VeraSol section has information about the value of quality assurance overall and its general value add to the market, including benefits for various manufacturers, the benefits of certifying your product with us, as well as some of our impact metrics. It also includes ways to get in touch with our program. We regularly solicit feedback from sector actors, so you can select this button here to be notified of those opportunities. And finally, we have the About Us section. And here you can find detailed information about our program's history, its connection to Lighting Global, quality assurance, the various team members supporting this program, as well as our partners and test lab network. So that is all I have about our website. I actually will leave this homepage up and can answer any questions you may have about the resources on the site or how to navigate it in general.
Thanks, Lauren.
Let's see. Um, okay, well, if there are no questions, or if you think of something, please submit it through the Q&A feature. I will just end with ways that you can stay connected to the VeraSol program. And that would be to connect with us online via our website, verasol.org. You can always email our team at info@verasol.org. This link here with the man with the megaphone, that is a link to subscribe to our newsletter. And then you have our social media handles. We have a Twitter handle at VeraSol_QA. Our LinkedIn profile is VeraSol Quality Assurance, and you can find us on Medium for blogs and other analytical pieces at VeraSol. Finally, for those of you who are familiar with the Quality Assurance Program, I strongly encourage you to give us feedback. Feedback from our partners and other stakeholders in the Quality Assurance Program is the best way for us to make changes to the program that really serve the sector. So I have included a link to a SurveyMonkey form and would strongly encourage you all to provide feedback if you haven't already. When leaving the webinar, you will actually be automatically routed to that survey when you close out of Zoom. So if you have a few minutes, we would really appreciate your thoughts. And with that, that is our webinar for today. If you have any questions that come up after the webinar, please do contact us at info.verasol.org. And really thank you all for your time.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Riley. And thanks, Elisa. And most of all, thanks to all of those who participated in the webinar today. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.